This is a diary to my journey. My story began when I first moved to my new destination. I stayed with a few friends, with a celebration ringing in the new year. I loved the view on the way to the log cabin. The scenery was breathtakingly beautiful, and it was very cold during this time of year. I traveled to my new destination driving a U-Haul, and yes, I pulled my car behind me. Never thought I would, but I sure did it. Here's a story I'll never forget. After I unloaded the truck to get settled, it was time to turn it in. So I take the truck, pulling my car behind it, to the U-Haul place and parked wherever I could find a place. It was pouring rain. And I got out of the truck to see if anyone was there, like, you're supposed to, and there was no one there. At that time, I was supposed to turn it in. So I get back in the truck, and I waited at least a good 30 minutes to an hour with no avail. Then, another car pulled up directly behind my car. I kept a close eye on my surroundings. As I looked in my rearview mirror to see what the person in that car was going to do, he finally got out and just stood there right in front of his door. And I'm thinking, well, why are you just standing in the rain? So I got out of my truck and walked around to the front end to the passenger side. And lo and behold, there it was. The man was relieving himself on the sidewalk, out in the broad daylight at that. So I am shaking my head thinking, wow, what a welcome to North Carolina. So I quietly got back in the truck, trying to hold my composure, of course, as quickly as I could. And I laughed so hard my stomach pure ached. And I quickly composed myself and called the U-Haul place to see if they could speed it up, the process. They gave me instructions, and I followed, and then returned to the truck after depositing my keys. Unfortunately, I had to go ask that guy to move his car so I could unload my car. And he looked to be about 70, 80 years old, somewhere in that area. So he politely moved, and he wasted no time in doing so. He got out of there so fast, you'd think he was embarrassed or something, and the look on his face was priceless. Needless to say, I was laughing the whole time, trying to get my car unloaded off of that trailer. And then, needless to say, I went on my merry way. This was the beginning of my new journey.